Hey guys, and welcome back to Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. In the last part, we had some great Peach and Bowser hijinks, so in this part, we're going to be mostly taking care of in-between chapter stuff. One kind of thing that happens in most of the Paper Mario games, actually, is in between chapters, there's a lot of downtime. This is usually the best time to go do side quests if you're interested, look around the town, whatnot, and it's a very nice chill time, which is very necessary for RPGs because you can't have everything be high energy all the time. So as not exciting as it might seem, it is definitely necessary to keeping the pace of the
Yeah,
game up.
you know what? That's kind of a problem I have with Final Fantasy 13. Now that I actually think about it, it's like something happens, something else happens, something new is happening. Here's another thing, and yeah, and then suddenly at the very end, you have this wide open grassy field where you can actually do side quests.
It
Cross
doesn't. It
cross
doesn't slow
towns.
down.
Yeah, it doesn't slow down until the very end, which makes this some really odd end game pacing. But yeah, it's just like the game starts out in an actiony section and then goes through one actiony. Oh, there's a little theme park with no mini games whatsoever, and you're walking around as Saz, talking to NPCs that have nothing at all interesting to say. Action. Okay.
Pure action that can work depending on the genre, but for an RPG, it's important to have a cooldown period.
Yeah,
No,
you
it depends on the game because this game, I think first playthroughs will probably take roughly 30 to 40 hours. If you're
yeah.
doing like a 5-hour game, you can keep the energy up for that long and not have things suffer for it. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the other Final Fantasy 13 games did that really well. Like Final Fantasy 13 2 is basically a spiritual successor to Chrono Trigger in a lot of ways. So
I thought all the time travel shenanigans was in Lightning Returns.
no, Lightning Returns was weird. It was it had a time limit a la Majora's Mask, but even then, it wasn't as frantic as Final Fantasy 13 1. Uh,
Huh.
God, that sounds awkward. 13-1. Jesus Christ. Is Mario playing on a 3DS?
No, it's his Game Boy SP, which he gets
Oh,
mail
Game Boy
on.
SE. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm going backward. I'm jumping ahead in the timeline a bit. There was Game Boy SP at the time.
Yeah.
It's a really white Game Boy SP.
Yeah, I
I
had
don't
the
It's a
think
new
I've ever
model.
seen one in that,
I had
that
the
color.
blue one. I think actually, Thousand Year Door came out the year the DS came out, didn't it?
2004.
Yeah, so that was the year the
So
DS.
if not, yeah, that was it. That was when it was released.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of the same effect that that Luigi's Mansion had when it had the Game Boy Color. And thinking back, the Game Boy Advance had a very short lifespan. Uh,
Yes, yes, it did.
Very short lifespan, but a really nice selection of games.
Yeah, I agree. And I had a bit of a geek out moment here not here in this building in particular, but when I heard the ringtone for a Princess Peach email.
Yeah,
It's
the,
a
the Mario World
It's
theme.
Super Mario World title theme. And around that time, it's been a while since I played that game. And the first thing I did immediately after playing this was play Mario World because I love the title screen music.
yeah. Anyway, this is the curse from. Boy, I don't know why I spend money on this. Every playthrough.
What package did you get?
I always get the best one because
Yeah.
if you get the lower package one, they run out like almost immediately. But I don't know why I always get this thing. It's almost always completely useless. I did plenty of raging about this in our original Paper Mario playthrough. It's basically the same here. Occasionally, they'll up your defense on the turn the enemy's charging. They'll up your attack on the turn where you'll always kill the enemy anyway. All sorts of fun crap. So, yeah.
Well, worth showing off at least once, I suppose.
Yeah, so no, I get it because there's not an awful lot else to spend your money
Do with
on.
your money.
Well, unless if you
Yeah.
want to buy badges, but I don't do that too much. So, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's one of those things where you get a lot of the stuff along the way anyway.
yeah.
Right?
But anyway, star pieces in this game, like the original game, allow you to get badges. You can actually, by the end of chapter 1, you can have enough star pieces to get the quick change badge. So I forgot one. That's why I'm going to get it here. And I'm going to go back. And the quick change badge is easily the most helpful badge in the game, for at least the way I play, because I like having the ability to switch my partners on the fly. It makes battle so much more convenient. Oddly enough, they upped the badge point requirement for quick change from Paper Mario 1. In Paper Mario 1, it was like 4, which is a lot, but that makes sense considering how useful of a badge it is. In this game, I think it's 7. So you need to have leveled up to, the way I'm playing it, to level 9 before you can use it.
That is pretty steep.
Yeah. Do you normally equip that, or do you just deal with the one-turn delay of switching?
I deal with the one-turn delay because I'm often incorporating another strategy where I won't suffer from that delay. Again, I'm all about them badge points when playing Paper Mario.
Yeah,
if I'm playing well enough, HP and flower points shouldn't be a concern.
Yeah.
Ted, you madman, get out!
No, it's not a good idea. It is a good idea, theoretically, to go to level 50 of the Pit of 100 Trials before you beat the game, because you get, I forget the name of it, but you get an item, I think it's called the Strange Sack, and that doubles your inventory space, which could be helpful for the final area. I don't recommend going into the Pit of 100 Trials and trying to beat it, however, until you get to post-game, because fuck that place sometimes.
Post-game, or unless you're utilizing the Danger Mario setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those really long, endless battle chain minigame things.
Well, it's not endless, but it feels like it takes forever.
Yeah, the Pit of 100 Trials, again, I'm not sure if I want to go back and record footage of it at this point. It's 100 floors. I think it's every 5 or 10 floors you get an item and also a warp pipe out. But throughout the area you get no extra healing items. No, wait, that's a lie. Occasionally a shop will be there, but he sells ridiculously overpriced crap, and there's really strong enemies. So it's a gauntlet, essentially.
You get some
fairly standard stuff.
You also get unique enemies.
Unique
enemies, and at the end of the thing, a unique boss.
Yeah, it's the game's super boss.
Yeah, I was never. I'm all about post game content. Let me do more with my, overpowered party that absolutely made mincemeat of the final boss. I'm not entirely fond of the 100 levels or trials sort of dungeon, because Pit of 100 Trials was a little exhausting for me, and I was never a fan of 10-2. I think it was the V Infinito. And it was a similar design where you're going through many floors, fighting different encounters, and it just drains you.
Hey! You'd like it better?
Really standard thing.
You'd like this game's pit better than Super Paper Mario, which has 2 pits of 100 trials, and you have to go through the second pit twice in order to fight the extra boss.
Oy.
So
That
it gets ghosts and goblins in that shit.
That's not proving anything, but you're stubbornly patient.
Yeah.
That's really excessive. Meanwhile, we're back with Dr. Insano in his library.
Yeah, every time you get a new crystal star, Professor Frankley will give you some background information on the area and generally a little bit of world building regarding the crystal stars, the Thousand-Year Door, Legend of the Treasure, all of that. And it's basically just a nice refresher course as well, because if you're like me, ends of chapters are a good point to stop playing for a little while. Like, you save the game and you turn it off. So it's a good, refresher of what's going on. And, oh, look at here.
Shit. He's here too.
Why did I come to this fuck about that town?
Thought I was going on an adventure.
Is Luigi bullshitting?
Sort of, yeah. He went. After every chapter, you get the story of Luigi in the Waffle Kingdom, and
which should be its own game, by the way.
It should be its own game. It's awesome. So, yeah. So, and Luigi's obviously speaking highly of himself in this. He's not actually doing as bad as later in the game, because once you get to the very end of the game and in the post game, there's actually a Super Luigi novel you can buy in the shop, which has the writer singing the praises of Luigi. Actually, they say that because Mario's brother was on a no doubt inconsequential errand, aka this game, Luigi had to go on his adventure. And also, the novel tells some details about Luigi's Waffle Kingdom adventures.
Mario's asleep.
This is actually just one of the funny things about this game, where it's just honestly, it adds nothing, but Luigi's random adventures in the Waffle Kingdom are one of the most memorable parts of the entire game. And it's just, I love it. Make it its own series.
So I say to the princess, I got all the Red Bull, I stomped the Goomba, I fucked your mother. Huh? Oh yeah, you heard that part, right?
Why'd you fuck our mother?
She's our mother! I'm joking.
So, yeah, are we
So
done?
now it's time to upgrade our partners.
Yeah, Shine Sprites. Unlike the first game where you just needed to find a super block, you need to find 3 Shine Sprites in this one. And honestly, I recommend upgrading everyone but Flurry, who we'll be getting soon.
Poor Flurry.
Flurry, she's not good.
No, I know. But at the same time, you feel sort of bad for that because it's universally accepted that nobody likes Flurry.
Oh man.
But yeah, she's my least favorite party member, so I do upgrade her. I just save her for the end. So yeah.
It's just like, RPGs tend to have that one useless character that you think you get this feeling that you kind of want to use them because you're attached to the party as a whole, but at the same time they just kind of suck.
I'm thinking realistically, you're just not a viable asset.
Yeah, for me it's like in Final Fantasy VII, it's Keiteth.
Yeah, definitely.
Kachi,
Same here.
obviously.
It's catchy.
Didn't you post a video years ago where Keiichi destroyed Sephiroth all in one turn?
Oh yeah, there's this weird. And it wasn't a unique thing to Kachi though. When a character in Final Fantasy VII has exactly 7,777 hit points, they go on an automatic berserker attacking spree that lasts a really long ass time and destroys most enemies except for like the super bosses in one turn because they deal exactly 7,777 damage with each hit and they'll just keep fucking attacking. In fact, initially people thought it was an endless string of attacks that would only end when the enemy died, but it actually does have an end. It's just that only the weapon bosses have enough HP to survive it.
The guy I talked to right there, he's on a... You can invest money in him into the game, yeah, so I recommend not giving him any more than 200 coins, but that's just me. But yeah, you can do that if you want.
What is the payoff?
You get 300 coins for every 200 you get 300 coins for every 100 you invest for him. So essentially, like several chapters later, you'll get your money back and then some. I recommend not giving more than 2 because there's actually a significant chance that if you give him 300, which is the most that he'll take, like if you've got more than 99 coins, a lot of that money just goes to waste. So that's why I recommend not giving him any more than 2. And besides, money isn't really that much of an issue in this game, to be perfectly honest, because you're getting plenty of money anyway, and unless if you're spending all of your time in the badge shop, you're not going to be losing that much coins.
Oh, you can be earning money. You can be earning lucrative amount of money as soon as you start doing the jobs.
Oh yeah, the side quests.
The trouble center.
Yeah. You get a pretty decent amount of money doing that. You can also get.
Guess again,
nerd.
Mario's such a dick in this game. It's amazing. I love using that. I need to use that picture in reaction posts on Twitter more often.
Oh man,
That's one of my favorite lines from the entire game. Guess again, nerd. So this is Poonie, the not Pikmin.
You call it Poonie? I say Puny.
I guess calling them Poonie makes them sound more pornographic than anything else, but
Yeah.
and
I like Poonie.
yeah. And thinking about it, they probably should be called Punies, but I've been calling them Poonies my entire life, so it might be a little bit of
those
hard.
things you just started doing before you knew what the word meant. Isn't it?
Yeah. Like I was 11 when I played this game, so I probably should have known what the word Poonie meant.
It's definitely spelled punies.
Yeah. Yeah, but
whatever.
yeah. But they're you're not Pikmin for the game.
This damn theme.
The
I like this theme individually, but it plays on loop for so fucking long in the tree.
It depends on what part of the... Because I actually like... Chapter 2's music is very calm and atmospheric, except for this theme, which is like the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's a little bit repetitive. Yeah, so we're about to start chapter 2, which isn't necessarily a slow, it's, no, I think it's fair to say it's a little bit slower paced than chapter 1, because there's definitely more backtracking involved. Like,
No, the absolute. I'm jumping the gun saying this, but chapter 4,
chapter 4, yeah, no, chapter 4 is its own thing.
beast.
Yes. Chapter 4, we'll get to chapter 4 when we get to it, but, chapter 2, I think, is where the backtracking starts to really kind of to ramp up. And again, this is a personal thing. I don't mind it so much because I think that each individual area is well designed. But I know that it's something that turns people off from the game, and I can understand why. We'll start to see it in chapter 2. Next part on BrainScratch Commentaries.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that transition shit I just pulled off there.
Yeah, say Poonie into my eye again.
What?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, good.